Hello everyone. I wanted to give you a quick look at the new video I'm going to make here. Basically what I did was I was shaving off or trying to break off a good hunk of this rouge sharpening compound from my strop here, and as you can see, all it did was basically crumble up. This is going to be the one I use out in the field, you know, at campsites, hunting, things of that nature. So what I'm going to attempt to do with this, without changing too much of its integrity, hopefully, or its chemical makeup, is melt it back down. And actually, I'm going to use this little tea light container here and try to form a little disc, something a little bit more manageable than all the cracked up pieces I have in the little baggie there. As you can see right next to the baggie, I also have a trioxane bar, a military grade bar, pair of Leatherman pliers, some little, I think they're not Esbets, they're a different type of tablet like that, but they were just some extra ones I have, and I want to get rid of them, so I'm going to burn them up during this process. I was thinking when I do this, I'm going to use my military cooker here. It's for my canteen cup. I actually had this canteen cup for 30 years or so now, or actually no, about 22 years. Brought it with me once I left military service. The stove itself, I am not sure if it's genuine military issue or not. It is new. It does have a U.S. military code number here stamped in. When I was in the service, we never had these, so like I say, I'm not sure if this is genuine issue or not. But my thought was I'm going to go ahead and put in the little fuel tab in the little tray here in the back, this portion here, and then I'm just going to use the Leatherman tools, pour in the rouge here into the little candlelight tin and melt it down. Once it melts, it liquefies again. I'll just set it aside here and let it cool, and I should have a nice compact bar. So we're going to give that a shot. What I was going to do first, before I decided to use the Leatherman, I was actually just going to set my canteen cup back up over the stove in this manner, let the top get hot, and use it as a stove basically, and heat up the little tin. That's still an option. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and get set up here and see what we can do. Also, to give you a quick look, I have a couple of other things going on. My neighbor asked me to make him a new leather sheath for that fancy red one you see there on the desk. So that's going to be one of my next projects as well. I've already started to lay it out as far as my ideas and what I'm going to do with it. And then for my Woodlore clone and the K-bar I have, I'm already sketching out another sheath for that one as well. So I've got a lot of projects on the burner, so to speak, no pun intended, but try to get it done. I'm downstairs in my office. This is actually the other table. This is my fly tying area. So I do have a whole bunch of stuff down here. This is my little area, my little office. So there's one computer here, fax setup, bookcases, humidor, pictures, my other computer. I have some scales for the Woodlore. You can see them there. I actually have them drying out, ready to go. There's my Woodlore clone. Just a bunch of stuff going on. Play the guitar. But this is, again, just another one of my areas where I can come down and get a little peace of mind, get a little crafting done, things of that nature. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this on pause and get the little tablet lit here. Well, You know what? Let me try to get it doing with one hand. I'm not sure if I can get this going with one hand, but I'll sure give it a try for you. If not, we can turn it off and start over. So there's the one little tablet inside. And, a little difficult to reach that with this type of lighter and holding the camera. I'm going to see how I can do this a little bit easier here. I'm going to turn it on its side. See if I can get a flame going, which it appears I can this way. And then hopefully, without snuffing it out, I'm going to try to get it turned over and back in its little compartment, which I managed to do. And you know, that thing is burning pretty hot. So I'm sure this process is going to go fairly quickly. Please excuse my camera work. I'm trying to do this with one hand. I do have a little tripod, but it really doesn't seem to work all that great. So, you know what? With that flame being that big, I think I'm going to go with my original idea and heat up my canteen cup and just use it as a stove. Got a fax coming in, so see if we can get this view. You know what? That isn't going to work. It actually snuffed out the little tablet. So let me get this relit and a little bit more organized. I'm going to go ahead and get the little candlelight tin filled up with the rubbing compound, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, everyone, as you can see, I'm pretty much ready to go. I have a few of those little tablets in. I have my little candlelight aluminum tin here filled with the polishing compound. So I'm going to go ahead and start the heating process and see how this starts to develop. With all the heat coming off, I'm sure the process shouldn't take that long. But again, this is the first time attempting to do this. So hopefully it'll melt without catching itself on fire is what my biggest concern is. I wouldn't want it to ignite and light up like a candle. Basically, I just want it to reduce itself and congeal once again, so to speak, liquefy and then congeal. Hopefully we're going to get that accomplished here. I'll put it more directly into the fire. The Leatherman tool is staying cool at this point. I have no issues with temperature. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm not wearing a glove. There is no heat at all on the tool itself. I just saw a flame on the inside, which I don't want. Again, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this to liquefy. If this wastes, it's really not a big deal. I'll just have to figure out another way to cut it into a solid piece. Another option I may have as well is to use a double boiler system, which will give me temperature, and it won't allow this to ignite on the inside. Kind of like when you're making a candle, how they recommend you re-melt wax. You see it's looking a little liquid there on top. My tablets there. And they're adequate. I'm not sure what the burn time is on them. But they seem okay. I'm starting to get a little flare up. There we go. Well, that's actually looking pretty good, considering I thought it would be more liquid looking, and it's not. What I did is I blew it out. That looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side there to start its cooling process. It looks pretty good. So there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and let this stuff burn down. I'm not going to try to save that. It's they're not very long burning as is. I do prefer the trioxane military tablets. They that scared me. They actually burn for about 10 minutes, one block here. And I don't know if you can see if I can get that into focus. This one here cost me 49 cents. So again, they're pretty cheap. They're great for making coffee when you're out in the mountains or bushcrafting or whatever. I do have my little baggie here of Taster's Choice, a little sweet and low, and some creamer. Outstanding, you know. Just fill up your canteen cup full of water, throw it on, light up your trioxane tablet bar, put it to cook, and in about 6 minutes it'll bring about 2 cups of water to boil. Throw in your nice Taster's Choice, your creamer, sugar, and you're good to go. You have a cup of coffee to sit back and relax and enjoy the view or prep your lunch, whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to bring this to you. So if someone has something similar like this and they're trying to think of a way to recongeal it, so to speak, and then once this cools, I'm sure it's going to stick around the sides and things like that. But what I'll do is I'll peel this away. It's just very thin aluminum, so I'll go ahead and just peel that away from it, and she'll be able to peel it right off. When it gets to that point, I'll actually come back and we'll take a look at it and see how it turned out. Alright, as you can see, worked out pretty well. I was able just to push on the little tea light container here in the bottom and was able to pop it right out. What I did is I actually rolled it in my fingers in this manner, just for a couple seconds, and then once it created a gap around the edges, I went ahead and inverted it and just pushed on the bottom just like this, and it popped it right out of there. So now I have a very usable disc and don't have to worry too much about all the little crumbs, you know, like this that actually broke off, but have a nice solid piece once again. So hope that was helpful in any manner. As you can see, it does work, so go ahead and give it a shot. Thanks for watching.